emojis in the chat, man. Crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And of course, we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap. After a day of Phil spending almost 40 minutes explaining to us how he did not get robbed, how he did not experience a theft, how this man's brain works. And spoiler alert, folks, I'm not sure if the brain is working properly. And of course, he decides to gaslight everyone on the daily rap, blaming everyone else for misinterpreting his interpretation of what a robbery is. The man needs a dictionary, straight up. But we'll delve into that. Let's see what Phil had to say on the daily rap. By the way, it's always 10 minutes. I cut that crap down and sped it up a little bit just for you guys. So let's get into it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 17th of November, 2023. A great day back. Personally, I'm happy because actually my cold is almost completely gone. I think I only had to blow my nose a few times today, which was excellent. A very eventful day back because we had a new game release. We had the return of Friday Night Fights. I had a lot to talk about on my podcast. So since there's a lot to talk about, I feel like we should get right into it. So on my podcast today, I covered a lot of topics. We talked about my day off, how I had basically been robbed. But here's the thing. As usual, the moronic idiots, the drama queen morons of the internet, hype something up to be something it's not. Last night, very quickly before I went to sleep, I posted up on Twitter and I said, hey, so I'm gonna have an interesting story to tell on the podcast tomorrow because basically I got robbed today, but the thing is, don't worry, it's not a serious thing. I'm fine, but I just want to tell you the story because it really blew my mind how this happened. Okay? So I told the story today, and it's not anything serious or anything like that. It's a minor story, but it still confused the heck out of me how it went down or why it went down. The thing is, I'm not going to give you the details here. That will spoil the story. Go watch the Level 1 podcast from this morning, okay? So, of course, I tell the story, and people, oh, well, see, well, that was no big deal or whatever. I never said it was a big deal. I literally said in the original post last night, this is not a big deal, but it blows my mind that it happened. And it does. Right now, this moment, I still can't believe that it happened the way that it did. It was so weird. But it's not anything serious. No one got hurt. It's nothing crazy or anything like that. It's just stupid, right? So, I told the story, and my viewers are entertained, and everyone else on the internet is pissed. I don't care. Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot. Why did so many idiots overnight read my post and say that this is going to be something crazy, like I got held up at gunpoint or something? No one said that at all. I said it wasn't serious. So, people are just morons, right? And then, of course, oh, well, that's Phil. He was trying to make clickbait. I never made clickbait. I wasn't even building it up. It was just a segment of the podcast. When I posted up the podcast, I didn't even say anything about it in the title of the podcast. There's no clickbait. You're just an idiot. You wanted drama, and there really wasn't that much. You see? Anyway, outside of that, there was some good news in regards to...
Okay, I'm about to flame Phil out because he deserves it. And if you guys didn't watch my stream last night, I cut into the guy because the guy's just a moron. Before I do that, I want to look at Google real quick. And I want to pull up the definition of a robbery because Phil keeps using the word I got robbed. And that was his initial post. I got robbed. So the definition of robbery is the action of taking property unlawfully from a person or a place by force or threat of force. He was involved in drugs, extortion, and a robbery. That's the definition. That's what you posted, Phil. That was your tweet. Your tweet was, you got robbed. So where in your story was there anything where someone threatened you, took anything from you? Where exactly does the word robbery happen? At the very worst, Phil, you were inconvenienced. That's all that happened to you. You were inconvenienced because your cart went missing. And you were making this story up and us making an assumption that you got robbed by a whole bunch of kleptomaniac Crips from Compton. The Yakuza mob is involved. Probably the Italian mafia is involved as well. You were the one that decided to go on your podcast for 40 minutes and rant and rave and make a whole story up about something that can be easily explained by simply a worker at the store saw your empty cart and took it to the back. Occam's razor, Phil. The simplest explanation is typically the right one. But no, you wanted to be a clickbait drama fucking whore and decided to post that out on X and on your community tab, right? With the words that you were robbed. So again, the idiot is you for using improper language. I understand you have difficulty with the English. You have the English bug mechanic that hurts you, Phil. I completely understand that. But how about next time you Google a word before you decide to use it? Instead of saying robbery, you can say I was inconvenienced, because that's exactly what happened to you. You were inconvenienced. But no, Phil wants to be a drama fucking whore and decided, you know what, I'm going to be a clickbaiting bitch, because that's what he was, and decided I'm going to have something to talk about on my podcast, and people are going to come and watch. And that's exactly what you did. And you know what? Big ups to you for doing that. At least you're doing something slightly entertaining and different than what you currently fucking do. But of course, you'll sit there and bitch and complain when people clap back and call you out for your bullshit, like me. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call you out for your bullshit, you idiot. Because you don't fucking understand what words mean. Words have meanings, Phil. They have meaning. And when you improperly use a word and continue to improperly use the word, people are going to call you out for it. So if you don't like being called out, don't be a fucking idiot. Don't be a drama fucking queen. And that's exactly what you are. You're the idiot. Have you noticed the vast majority of the internet, Twitter, YouTube, thinks you're a moron? Even your dents think you're a moron. They were watching you and they were listening to you, and your chat was saying, no, Phil, this isn't a robbery. A worker took your fucking cart to the back. And that's it. But no, you don't want to fucking listen because you think you know everything. You're a fucking idiot, Phil. You're one of the stupidest people that I know. I don't know how you managed to live 41 years on this earth. I don't know how. You must have a guardian angel or maybe a demon that's protecting you. Some natural forces out there protecting you. Because if you had to live this life on your own, you probably would have died many years ago. Because you're a pathetic fucking person that has no clue how anything works. You're so fucking sheltered. Mind you, he's living renting for 9 years. He admitted that he goes out 1 day a week. That equates to about 458 days that Phil's been out of his house in 9 years. So of the 9 years, he spent 8 years in that fucking Snort fort. And is oblivious to life, how things work, and is just a moronic fucking douche.
RoboCop, which is a playthrough that apparently a lot of people want to see me do. So good stuff today. Check out the podcast. It's a good one. Tomorrow I'll have a lot of news, because actually a lot of news went down today that I want to talk about regarding both The Last of Us 2 and Twitter/X. Kind of interesting stuff. I don't know if anything else will happen overnight, but some really interesting stuff to talk about tomorrow, okay? So the night's late stream was the return of Friday Night Fights. That's right. Street Fighter 6 just returned for the first time in many, many months. And I'm very happy to report it went well. I used Dalsim. Now, wait a minute. You must be like, wait, whoa, Dalsim. You were never good with Dalsim. Dalsim's one of the worst characters in the game. He is. But he's a character I've wanted to play with for ages. And people kept complaining, don't play with him. Well, guess what? Because I haven't played for so long, it gave me an opportunity to go back and do whatever I wanted in a game. I said, I'm going to do Dalsim tonight. I watched some pro players play last night on YouTube. Now, I didn't do ranked. Why? Too rusty. Haven't played the game in over a month. I got to get back to the swing of things. But I did 2 hours of casual play. Actually, I did about almost 2.5 hours of casual play. I ended up playing 5-star platinum diamond ranked players, and I was doing really well. I was winning sets. I was kicking ass. It wasn't even clean sweeps, because the thing is now, in this game, most people understand at least the basics of each character and the meta of the game. They know that if you pick a top tier character, how to do basics, and it beats low tier characters. So there's no more, oh, go to casual play and just spank everyone you fight. People kind of know the gist of what to do in this game now. So it went well. Like, I would say the first hour, I was learning a lot. I was doing a lot of keep away, which I never used to do with Dalsim. I was doing like tricks and stuff. Instead of the tricky shit, I'm just keep away. Basic, doing the solid keep away tactics with the fireballs and the limbs, and then, doing some combos and things when they get close, keeping them away, mixing them up a bit, fooling them a bit, and getting a little bit better with the whole counter drive impact thing, which is very important with Dalsim. Using his drive impact effectively and countering an opponent's drive impact is key with Dalsim. You have to be good at it. So it was a good night. It went really well. I mean, did I lose a lot? I mean, not a ton, but I did lose pretty much every top tier. If I fought a DJ, a Cammy, a Ken, I mean, I'm not gonna win. Those characters right now are so overpowered compared to Dalsim. He's one of the worst in the game, and everyone knows it. And I'm not great with Dalsim yet. That's got to be something where I get matchup experience, muscle memory with moves and combos. I have to get used to it. And so, for example, Ken just literally walking forward and pressing 2 buttons. It's stuffing everything I do. And I even block. And, oh, okay, I'm going to block, and I'm going to do drive reversal. It gives me drive impact. I'm like, well, then I can't win, you know, if I'm not going to get my move. So it is what it is, but I did good. I mean, it was all casual play, as it should have been after me being away for so long and playing with this low-tier character until I learned him well. But I had a great time. The audience had a great time. The support was great. So everything went really well. Everyone seemed to really enjoy themselves. All right, now, here's the deal. If people want Street Fighter 6 in the rotation, I can bring it back, but we got to keep that momentum going. I wanted that when I play Street Fighter 6, we get people who come out and engage and support. Not that this was just a one-night thing, and then every time I play it from now on, you know, it's a slow stream and everyone's complaining. You know, no. If that's the case, I already told everyone, I have an idea what we can do when Street Fighter 6 dies out and people are getting bored with it. We can use my mini PC. We can get that hooked up working with Fightcade, and I can play old-school fighting games like X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, even Capcom vs. SNK 2, among others. Like, there's tons of retro fighting games that I'm good at, that I grew up playing, that I would love to play against other people for the first time in ages. You know, I really love those games. So, you know, we'll see. You know, if Street Fighter 6 gets boring, gets died out, and people don't want it anymore, but you still want fighting games, we could do that for a while. You know, I'm aware that, like for example, Tekken's coming in end of January, but that's a ways off, right? So, you know, it's an idea, something to think about, okay? So, overall today, great podcast, great fun, great premiere of Super Mario RPG, and great Friday Night Fight stream of Dalsim and Street Fighter 6. Had tons of fun with all of it, and everyone seemed to have a great time, which I was happy about.
All right, let's translate. Let's translate the pig noses over here. What Phil's saying. So essentially, if you keep paying him, he'll keep playing games, which we know that's Phil's MO. As much as he hates and tries to fight that, we all know it's true. And this is just him clearly saying that if you don't pay, I don't play. And essentially, he'll send Street Fighter to Band World. And he sent it to Band World previously because he wasn't getting any support. He was making maybe $30, $40 a stream on it. He got lucky and made $86. Mind you, that was from two people. Jack Rackster and some dent named Lucky Gremlin who tipped him $50. If it wasn't for that, Phil would probably have made $5 that night. So again, it just, like I always say, Phil's channel is propped up by several dents, several whales, and several little dolphins that come in and out and donate to Phil. And he relies on the generosity of those dents. And if it's not there, he's fucking screwed. What's going to happen today, like always, like I always say, is the second stream of Mario. I think he's playing Mario. Is he playing Mario? I'm not sure. Or whatever he's going to play. It's going to be dead. It's going to be dead. You know, low support, and then he's going to sit there and he's going to complain that nobody likes Mario games. He's just going to go through the whole thing. And then the rest of the week's just going to be slow support because he has React content tomorrow, which is going to be fucking dead. And then he's going to plead and beg again about support. And he'll probably throw in the robbery story one more time. Hey guys, I got robbed. I had to spend money on grocery bags and it set me back financially. You know, so please support. This is what Phil's going to do. This is his MO and he never fucking changes. So the rest of the week should be mighty interesting. Being the fact too that he has a shorter week. So you know the bag is going to be extra super delicious come Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He's going to make sure that you guys support extra so that he can have an additional day off on Wednesday. Because on Thursday, he's only streaming half a day. And no one's going to be there because no one cares. They'll be there with their families, not listening to Phil. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.